What's up guys, MoneyManD here, back ready to GamerMadison tanks Blitz and doing a different kind of video. So my plan for today's video is to do a comparison between the B1 and the Panzer B2. These are two very similar tanks, same tier, and they actually look basically identical besides a few features. And I plan to do this continue this kind of series for other tanks like the Malshin E75, which are the same tier, same type, same country, but they don't look identical. And maybe some other tanks like the Ferdinand and the Jag Tiger 8.8 centimeter, IS-5, Object 252U, and the list goes on. There's lots of tanks are similar, and if it's the same country, same type, same country, same type, same tier, then it's good to do a comparison video on. And actually, guys, as of recording this, the event, I forgot, the Blitz Cup event is going on, and I've watched both of the streams so far. The Asian Cup streams. This is actually the first time doing it, so it's a new experience, and I'm enjoying it. I got these two the first day, and then this one I got from doing the 10 each day. Yeah, and then you can actually, guys, they added a new section. This probably won't be there forever, but they added a new section called the esports section, and there's these. These are for like tournaments that you can do. These are more for tournaments, and this are the main reward of the thing is the Carnarvon Action 10, Centurion Mark 5-1, and then the Progetto 46. Yeah, and these are the things you will get one. So choose wisely. I'm thinking either Carnarvon or the Progetto. And then there's also this to get the camouflage, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do that if I get the Progetto. And then you can unlock a second level, I believe, so far, and you can get camouflage with Super Cups. And then there also, it says that you can get, you can buy this bundle right here, the Double Trouble bundle with the cups, but yet I haven't, and it's going to go away in a day, but maybe it's going to go away and then come back from the store as for cups. And also there's some other new tanks I saw hit the store. The Jag Tiger 8.8 hit the store, so make sure you go check out my video. I did a video a while back if you want to check that out for a review on that. So this event, there was the avatar, I remember, and then there was a special little like certificate thing that they give you for XP, but I'm not gonna trade it. It's kind of it's a collectible item. You can also get 2,000 XP from it, which is like the MS1 event and the Oliver Tree event. So they give you one of those, and maybe premium time, and they give you a bunch of other stuff. But this is the manual warning, is that charm. That is what you want. So let's break down to this, and make sure, guys, you stay to the end of the video and like, comment, subscribe, because it's free, and I greatly appreciate that. Alright, so the Panzer B2 is a German tank. Meanwhile, the B1 is a French tank, but it's not really too big of a difference. They're both heavies, and they're both tier 4, and they look very similar. This one has a little can in the front, but that doesn't make a difference in this game. And then maybe a couple, like this doesn't have the stuff in the back, it doesn't have that, and the turret is a little bit different. They still got a kind of a little hatch on top, but that's kind of aesthetically different. Now the gun's different. One major thing to notice that's not on the statistics that is different is the Panzer B2 has preferential matchmaking. So what does that mean? That means that it will only ever see tier 4s and tier 3s. You can see all tier 4 or tier 4 and tier 3 match. Always. You will never see your T5s. But there are some exceptions, like if you platoon with somebody who is not preferential matchmaking, there's only one other tank in the game that is preferential matchmaking. Another tier 4, I believe, is a Valentine too, but that is not a good tank overall. It's a very bad tank. So let's break down in the statistics. It's got a tier 5 engine, which is really good, but it says tier 2 gun, tier 2 turret, but that's necessarily not true. The hit points is the same, guys. Those hit points, pretty sure, right? Yeah, are the same, and the armor is slightly different. It says it's a little less on here. Actually, guys, I'll be back in a second. Let me go pull up, because I do know there's a website, Blitz Stars, that kind of explain a little bit better compares to tanks. So let me get that set up, and I will show you guys the differences in a second. Alright guys, I thought I'd pull up this website. Make sure to check out this website if you want to compare tanks. Blitz stars, I do use it a lot when comparing tanks. So what is the main difference? The Panzer B2 has more DPM, less pen, little less pen, less alpha, but a way better reload. It's got it's almost a second difference. So this is you get a longer reload, but you get 10 more alpha. This is 10 less alpha, but 0.8 seconds less reload. Shell velocity is actually way better on the B1. Aiming time is better on the Panzer B2. There's a slight dispersion difference. Or actually, it's 0.025 more on the Panzer B2, and the dispersion is a bit worse, except the turret. The speed is actually the same. The power to weight ratio is better on the B1, and then on the horsepower ratio is different, and the camo too is way worse than the B1. I think, or actually better, or worse, I'm not sure. Or the Traverse is worse, but that is better. And the credit coefficient, of course, is way worse, because this is a tech tank, so like 50%, but this is 120%. And on paper, it has slightly more armor, but that doesn't mean anything, because it can have less armor. It can have less armor, actually. And then, so the player, this is definitely, actually, it's played less, which is weird. Survival rate's less. Average spots is the same. Lower kill death ratio. Everything, it's basically worse on all these statistics. And the win rate is 5. It says 8%, but it's close to 5%. If you look at the percentages, different. 5% less win rate. So that is the difference between these two tanks. And of course, actually, shell-wise, the B1 does have HE, while the Panzer B2 does not. You see here, less DPM, but it's actually more pen, 120 alpha. Yeah, or 120 pen. That's amazing pen. 120 penetration. That is like, we're talking tier 5, tier 6, a bad tier 6 levels. But you trade that bad alpha. It's 10 less alpha, which isn't that bad. But it's around 200 less DPM. Meanwhile, here is only 12 more millimeters. And here is almost 40 millimeters more. So that's good to know. But the HE has 24 millimeters. It's not going to pen anything with that. But it's got 100 alpha. Let's close out of that. So let's get into a battle on each one of these. Let's start with the B1. So what are some good and bad things that I've done? I don't think I've done a review on this tank. I've done the review on the other tank, the Panzer B2, because it was in the shop, and I got that. So this tank is really good. That gun's really good. It's kind of like a Matilda, but a faster Matilda. But you trade a little less armor. The armor is pretty good, actually. This is I would say, pretty good tank for its tier, and it's thing just as good as a Matilda, if not maybe slightly worse. The gun's pretty good. The armor is pretty good. The speed's pretty good. Everything else, everything about this tank is good. Nothing is really too bad about this tank, as you see. Awesome. We have a Matilda on our team. That's a very common tank. B1 enemy team as well. It's a very common tank because these are good tanks. They're tech tree tanks, so it's just credits, so it's easy to get. See, very fast. Alright, we're going very fast. This is probably medium tank speeds. How fast this thing goes. 30 kilometers. Alright, reaching top speed, kind of 30 kilometers. Of course, not as fast as the Leopard. Which that thing goes very fast, but that is a light tank, so. Just gotta push up here. I wanna, not camp. Oh. Yeah, let's go this way, because I have my, gargoyle supporting me. We are against tier 5, so we're going to struggle maybe a little bit. They have a rough enemy team, yeah. We can get a shot at him. Miss that shell. Leopard, I have to not worry about. That's a tier 5, but he can't even pen me. Nice shell into him. Trying to auto-aim on him. It doesn't want to work. Auto-aim enabled. Doesn't seem to work. Alright, so let's go over here. Where's that? Combinator? Whatever you call it. I don't know. Let's try to pronounce that. Let's get painted for a G. I just missed that shell. But we got some deadly tanks here. Come on, get a shot. Bounce that shell. Getting some bounces, looks like, from the Leopard, or actually from a Churchill, looks like. Which that thing, guys, has a very fast reload. It's a 2.11 second reload, I believe. When fully upgraded for a 90 damage shot. push up. Ooh, this guy is here. Another bounce from him. So far we haven't taken any damage. Probably gonna speak soon. A couple seconds yet. We just took. But that is a tier 5, so that is a bit expected. We have another B1, but that is like I said, it's a very good tank. The reverse speed is very slow with this. It's a heavy tank, but that's a very good tank because it's funny because we're going against another good tank ourselves. Both good tanks. I got a reverse, but this is 10 kilometers an hour backwards. Not good. But this guy, I want to get a shell into him. It doesn't look like I can. He's too far down. Oh, I can get it now. Nice Amarak. That is 600 damage. I mean, he only got 300 damage more because he's a gargoyle, so he will get 300 damage per shell. This Churchill's sitting in the open. Look at that. That gargoyle is an amazing tank, guys. Watch out for that tank. I kind of want to push right. We missed the B1. Should be right around there. Gotta be careful on these. More hit points than these. At this point, he's a little stronger than me. Oh, this crap. If I can get him, nice. Get that kill. Oh, missed that shell. Bounced from the gargoyle. I'm surprised. That thing has actually good armor. I think it's a medium tank. Yeah, it's a medium tank. This guy is a one-shot me, so I gotta run. Get out of here. If he shoots, then he's in a long reload. And it looks like he did shoot. I don't know. Depends. Alright. But the gargoyle does have good armor when aimed, or has good armor. I don't know, for some reason it just has no armor. Did die, but it is a tier 5. We did pretty good in that, I think. So that shows you the strengths. I mean, the weaknesses is actually the reverse speed, but everything else is amazing on tank. That's why so many people play that tank. 500 people play it, which is not that much, I think. 500, yeah. 500 people play it, 300. One of the two. But it's an amazing tank. People should play that a lot. Good tank. 700 damage, it's not that much. You know, when you see other damage. But look, 2.5k, had a good game. Nice. Team player. But I only did 700 damage, which is second place on my team, which is very good. That's like 150 more hit points, about just more than what my hit points are. So I'm trying to get up. So that was this tank, and I do have a fully upgraded. Actually, I would take a look at the equipment after the battle, but I want to get some more DPM. The aiming time is actually a bit high because our such fast reloads. The aiming time is high, so we need to make that smaller. And then dispersion is a bit high as well. And then these and this reverse speed doesn't go. Doesn't tell you. So that's my equipment on that. So very nice tank. Like I said, I do love this tank. I played a good not too much. I haven't played how many battles? I have 50 battles. Oh, that's a lot. But I rebought some tanks that I had in the tech tree to play because they're very nice tanks. And yeah, but I have some battles beforehand because when I was getting the BDR, which I do have again, 50% win rate. It's a bit low, but it's in reality it's a bit more than that. So that was that tank. Now we get to the Panzer B2. No, I like this tank. It's very good. One of the only tanks, like I said, that have preferential matchmaking, which to me that makes this tank special and very unique tank. Very unique and special tank that I love. I played this not too much. I think I have less battles than the B1, but I like this tank. It's good. It's fun. The reload, it's going to be a bit frustrating when you're not doing too much damage since you're doing 65 or 75 alpha. So very low alpha. But you have a very quick reload. It's less DPM. It's 200 less DPM, around 200 less than DPM than the Matilda. It has a slightly longer reload than Matilda and a little bit less alpha damage, but that preferential matchmaking is what makes this tank amazing. This tank is amazing. See, we're never going to see tier 5s. We are a tier 3 and tier 4 game. Ooh, a lot of 3 people looks like have the tank from the new bundle, the Double Trouble. Then AMX-40, that's a rare tank, I don't see. And this does only have premium shells, not HE, but that's okay. We have enemy, or we have a friendly B1 on our team. So this is this tank is very fast. I feel like, I thought this tank felt faster than the, hopefully not, our B1's not AFK, but this, I felt faster, but in reality, the B1 is actually slightly faster, a hair faster. Looks like I think this just weighs more. So I'm gonna go. I went left, but all my team's going right, so I'm gonna go right. But if I can, if I kind of go right, kind of there, I can flank them. This thing is good because this I tend to get a lot of bounces in this. Like I said, this is basically, I would say, better than the B1. Definitely better than the B1 because it's everything about the B1. Maybe slightly a tad bit worse than the B1, but that preferential matchmaking makes it amazing. Ooh, we are getting shot a lot. Let's get this guy. Ooh. We did a lot of damage. So let's get this. Missing our shells, fortunately. Yeah, this isn't good. I'm surrounded, kind of changing my priority now to the Matilda, since he is more deadly. But let's get that M5 Stewart. We did like no damage that game, unfortunately. This died very early, and I was trying to circle around and do something good, but they all flanked, surrounded me. So my final thoughts. This, however, we did have a bad game in the Panzer B2 and a good game in the B1, but I would say that I like the Panzer B2 better, and it is better because that preferential matchmaking and the guns DPM is better, and everything, basically everything, every statistic is technically better along with that preferential matchmaking, so that makes an amazing tank. And the Matilda is also an amazing tank, but that is a little different. That is slower. Let's go. Actually, I do have the Matilda. Oh, kind of went slow. It's actually there. Alright, let's go. And there's the Matilda, which this is way better DPM at 1400. But 3.3 and 80 alpha, so it's got 5 more alpha, I think. But this thing goes slower. It's got more armor, but it goes slower, and it might be able to hold its own against some tier 5s, but that's not going to happen too much. So that was my kind of comparison. Overall, I think the Panzer B2 is better. It's better in every way, and it has a preferential matchmaking, so that makes it super duper awesome. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.